Good morning and good afternoon, and welcome to this webinar organized by Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce in collaboration with Invest Hong Kong and Hong Kong Trade Development Council. And today's topic is about healthcare landscape in Hong Kong. And before we start the webinar, I'd like to inform that this webinar is going to be recorded. And we have very fantastic program with expert speakers, both from Invest Hong Kong, Hong Kong Treatment Council, and Hong Kong Science and Technology Park. We're also going to share some successful stories from well-known companies, AstraZeneca and Electa. And before I move further to the agenda, I would like also to introduce myself and the Chamber of Commerce of Sweden. And my name is Eric. As I said, I'm the new chairman of Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce Sweden since a week ago. And the Chamber of Commerce of Sweden is an independent, non-political organization. And our mission is to promote the business relationships between Sweden and Hong Kong. And we're organizing events like this to promote the business collaboration between Hong Kong and Sweden. So this webinar is a typical example of such event, and we are looking forward to your participation. And if you are interested to know more about Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce, please look at the website. Thank you, and I'd like the next to Andy.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. So good afternoon to everyone. Let me share my slide first. So it will be a challenge for me because given that 10 minutes, I'm going to talk about the ecosystem, the healthcare ecosystem in Hong Kong. First of all, I think I would like to introduce what Invest Hong Kong is about. So we are a government department. So we belongs to the Commercial and Economic Development Bureau. Our headquarters is in Hong Kong, but we have about 34 offices all over the world. And Matt also Gerlam, also in the core, is our representative in the Nordic region. So if you have any kind of information you want, maybe you can reach out to Mac, who's based in Nordic region, will be more able to provide you more instant response, right? So what we do in Hong Kong, we help people to better understand the regulatory environment in Hong Kong, the market landscape, and also by the time if you plan to set up an office or business in Hong Kong, then we provide the local support. So from the company, from the planning stage all the way to set up, launch, and also even though you expand it in the future, so we will help you to as a one-stop shop to provide the necessary assistance, right? And we divide it into different sector because we want to have a more sector-focused people to help different company to grow. So we got innovation side on the top line, and then on the middle we have a more focus on the financial service, and then bottom is more focus on the luxury consumer products. So as I said, we have a different office all over the world. We also got office in China as well. So Hong Kong is going to be a platform between China and also global. So let's start with the life and health science sector. So maybe I look at it in a couple of areas to try to elaborate how it works, how the landscape look like in Hong Kong. To start with, we'll cover the research area in Hong Kong. The second is about the healthcare quality, healthcare clinical trials in Hong Kong. And then the third one is about the research and development facility in Hong Kong. The fourth one is about the support from the government. The fifth one is about the gateway to China. And also probably some people may heard of the name called Greater Bay Area, which is one of the initiative driven by the Chinese government to combine the 9 cities in mainland China, plus Hong Kong and also another area called Macau together to form a bigger cluster to support the economic growth. And then the sixth about how can we get access to the capital from Hong Kong side. So talk about the research, I think the basic research coming from the university. So in a small city like Hong Kong with about 7 million population, we already have about 5 universities which is ranked the very top global ranking within the 70. In particular, for the University of Hong Kong and also Chinese University, we have 2 quite well-known medical school, ranked 24 and 25th. So you can see that our very small city, but we are very strong in the basic research. And a few years ago, we set up a project called in Hong Kong, which is a global collaboration project between the university in Hong Kong and also other universities all over the world. So we have two clusters, one cluster focus on life and health science and the other focus on AI robotics. So for the health cluster, we look at different disease, and then we're trying to develop some certain area innovation around those cluster. And then for the healthcare system, right, in Hong Kong, we're running the dual track healthcare system. So 90% of inpatient is provided by the public hospital, which we have 43 hospitals divided into 7 clusters in Hong Kong and covering 90% of inpatient. And then the rest of 10% will be offered by the private hospital. Right now, by the end of last year, 2023, we have around 40 private hospital. One area in Hong Kong is that we have very high life expectancy. I think it could be a demonstration that we have a good quality healthcare system in Hong Kong among the world. And for the clinical trial, we do have a very world-class clinical trial experience in Hong Kong. We have around 10 hospitals which can provide clinical trial, which is recognized globally. One of the advantage of doing clinical trial in Hong Kong is we have a good PI, and also our clinical trial data is highly recognized by the FDA and EMA. And also we have 4 hospitals in Hong Kong, which is accredited by the Chinese FDA, which is called NMPA association. And the reason why people doing the clinical trial will have different reasons. Some global pharma, they want to do the aesthetics diversity. Some global pharma want to do early stage institute, and also Chinese company want to use Hong Kong to do clinical trials so that the data can be recognized globally. And talk about the second is about the R&D facility. So in here, we showing that different parks, which is offering different R&D facility, including Cyberport, Hong Kong Science Park, in which we have one of the speaker, Priscilla, who will talk more on the Hong Kong Science Park. And also both Science Park and Cyberport has been here in Hong Kong for 20 years. So we need more space. So we are building the Hong Kong Shenzhen Innovation Technology Park, which is shown in the picture on the top of on this map, which is very close to Shenzhen in China. Science Park view, and also we have the Hong Kong Shenzhen Innovation Technology Park. We are building this one, and the first 3 buildings will be ready to move in probably by mid of this year. And for the government support, the Hong Kong government is very supportive, providing different kind of incentive. Those incentives could be including matching fund, so some money contributed by the industry, and then the same amount will be contributed by the government. And also we have different tax deduction, up to 3 times of what you spend on the R&D expenditure. And also we have cash rebate. So if you only put down $100, 40% will be rebated by the government, etc. And also we have some subsidies for hiring R&D people. So say, for example, if you are qualified for the box called Research Talent Hub, so some people, if you are doctor degree people, that the government will sponsor 45,000 Hong Kong dollar per month for each PhD degree person who work in your organization for up to 4 people and 3 months. And then later on, if you are doing commercialization, setting up a smart production line, the government also have some matching fund available to support it. So it's more like a matching basis. So government will put 1 against 2 for the company to sponsor to produce a smart production line. And the Hong Kong is a gateway to China, is for sure, in particular for the Greater Bay Area. And then we're trying to leverage the synergy between Hong Kong and the mainland city in Greater Bay Area. So if for those who are not familiar with Greater Bay Area, which is the 9+2 concept, 9 mainland city plus Hong Kong and Macau 2. And altogether, the population is around 86 million, and the GDP is about 1.9 trillion, which already represent 11% of the whole China GDP. And there's some sort of incentive or initiative that we're trying to leverage the synergy between the 2 different places. Because when I say 2 different places, because Hong Kong still 1 country, belongs to China, but 2 separate systems. The Hong Kong running the rule of law, which is the basic law, common law system, but China remain has its own law. So it's still 1 country, but 2 different systems operating. But having said that, but we want to combine those advantages together. That's why we have different initiatives as shown on the right-hand side. Some we're building the zone that I mentioned earlier, Shenzhen, Hong Kong Shenzhen Innovation and Technology Park, and also we building the Greater Bay Area International Clinical Trial Institute. So combining leveraging the high-quality clinical trial experience in Hong Kong has the resources available in GBA by means of hospital and also patient recruitment in China. And also we have a scheme called Medical Connect, which has been done a few years ago, which allow the commonly used medical device in Hong Kong and also drug registered in Hong Kong can be used in the Greater Bay Area designated hospital without going through the NMPA approval. And we have different sort of investor portfolio available in Hong Kong. Some at the very early stage venture capital side, funded by the government, funded by the corporate, or the university have their own venture fund available for the early stage application. And then in the middle side, 2 years ago, we set up the Investment Corporation Limited with 62 billion Hong Kong dollar up together to directly fund some strategic company who are innovating in the high-tech side, including the biotech. And also we have the family office, we have the PE fund available in Hong Kong to look at it. And then for the exercise, we are absolutely leading in terms of IPO fundraise in Hong Kong. So if we look at the 2014 to 2024, we are the largest around the world with all fundraised up to more than 300 billion US dollar. And most of them are coming from the new economy. Apart from the IPO, we also a very diverse investor available in Hong Kong, not purely from the mainland, but also we have people, institutional investor from the US, UK, Europe, etc. And as a snapshot, right? So this provide a bit more comprehensive view. I'm not going to go through it, but you can see that from the basic research, we have university, we have different top-notch research institute, including Gerlam Institute, GMP facility for trial batch, and also we have clinical trial. We are linking to the China through the GBA International Clinical Trial Institute, and we have government support, one of the scheme called Raise Plus, and also we have market access using the healthcare system in Hong Kong, and we're connecting to China through the Medical Connect scheme, and later on we have different funding available for the biotech system, including IPO, Hong Kong Investment Corporation, and also we have the family office available in Hong Kong. So here's my end of my presentation. So here's my content, and also we have, I mentioned earlier, we have Matt, so that he can be able to be your single contact to answer your question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andy, for a very nice presentation, how Invest Hong Kong support. Impressive to see how the government has so many great initiatives. I guess we'll save the questions to the end of the webinar, and also the audience, please to welcome to raise your question in the chat as well. Thank you, Andy. The next speaker will be Ms. Joy Ko from Hong Kong Trade Development Council Nordics. Please, Joy.
Sorry,
Joy.
mute.
Okay, so let me share my screen again. All right. So good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me and see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you, Andy, for setting the scene, which is very interesting, and I hope it's actually very appealing to all overseas companies thinking about how Hong Kong can help and what's Hong Kong role. So I won't repeat what Andy has shared. For my presentation, I would like to talk about what Hong Kong Trade Development Council is, and we are here to help. And if in case you are being, attracted by what Andy has just shared, what you can do next is really will be included in my presentation. So I'll quickly go through what Hong Kong TDC is. Maybe some of you may have heard about us. So we are a statutory body established in 1966. We are here to connect business between Hong Kong and the rest of the world. So we do both way business connection, either helping Hong Kong companies to expand their businesses overseas, or bring overseas companies to make use of Hong Kong to not just necessarily setting up in Hong Kong, but how to make use of Hong Kong to expand the business, especially in Asia and mainland China. So we do this through our global network of 50 branch offices around the world. Just in Europe, Central Asia, we have 13 offices here. So London office being one of them. We also have a consultant in covering the Nordic region. So as I mentioned, we offer like market intelligence, we offer free advisory services, and also during the course of the year, we organize 30 trade fairs, merchandise trade fairs, and also around 10 international conferences, mainly to promote services sectors like finance, logistics, marketing, etc. So in terms of market intelligence, we actually have a very, very good e-newsletter. It's called Hong Kong Means Business. You can filter your interest, like your geographical interest or your sector interest. And then every month we will send you this Hong Kong Means Business updates with all your interested subjects. So including a lot of like latest updates on Hong Kong and also some case studies as well. So I highly recommend you to register to subscribe to this e-newsletter. And also in our head office in Hong Kong, we have a very strong research department, and we actually produce a lot of articles, very up-to-date articles on different markets, also on different sectors. So, for example, on Hong Kong's life sciences, biomedical sector, we actually we refresh all the data every year, and you can see all the latest information from our from the article. So you just like Google HKTDC research and it will bring you to this website with all the information you would like to look for. And of course, GBA. A few years ago, we actually launched this Go Greater Bay Area, Go GBA platform as a mobile app, also a web page where we position this as a one-stop platform where you can just go to even like look at the weather, the business information, how to set up in Greater Bay Area and all the government related contacts there. So if you're interested to find out more about Greater Bay Area, do go check out the Go GPA website. This is launched by TDC. So trade fairs, as I mentioned, we organize 30 trade fairs a year, and I've just come back last week from Hong Kong for our film mart. It's like Cannes, a film marketplace for movies, content, etc. And next month we'll be having like more than 7 trade fairs in Hong Kong. So this is really the bread and butter for Hong Kong Trade Development Council, like how we established decades ago, is really to organize a lot of like trade fairs for business, for buyers and suppliers to look for to do their businesses through our trade fairs. And of course, I mean, service sectors, you can't really promote services through like a booth or because it's intangible. That's why around 20 years ago, we started organizing a lot of sector-specific quite very, very big scale international conferences to help promote all these services sectors and how Hong Kong as a hub to help bring all the stakeholders together under one roof in this 2-day conference-led events for doing business matching, etc. So these are some highlights of our conferences. And also we do a lot of business missions. We bring delegation out from Hong Kong to different markets, like especially the emerging markets, because this is what TDC is here for, really to help the Hong Kong companies to look for new opportunities besides all those mature markets. So we actually do a lot of we dispatch a lot of business missions from Hong Kong, and also sometimes, I mean, we do also like do it reciprocally. So we have overseas delegations from different parts of the world going to Hong Kong. But most of the time that will be like riding on our anchor events in terms of like the trade fairs and the conferences. And also this is another bread and butter for TDC. We have a huge database of like buyers and suppliers, and this is called Hong Kong TDC, HKTDC.com sourcing. So it's pretty much like Alibaba. It's a B2B platform for buyers to look for suppliers and vice versa. So again, if you're looking for products for like gift premiums, etc., anything, do try it out to look for it from our TDC.com sourcing, because you know, we can only organize like the physical trade fair once a year for each fair, but during the course of the year, of course, many people would like to like keep sourcing, etc. So we have this sourcing platform since the very beginning of our TDC establishment. So just a very quick introduction of TDC, and it's actually very much like riding on this opportunity. I would like to introduce you guys this Asia Summit on Global Health, which we organized. We launched it in 2021. Yes, a few years ago, and it's we co-organized it with the Hong Kong SAR government to organize this 2-day conference on Asia health. I mean on medical medtech, life sciences, all this very like key sector of Hong Kong. So the next one will be held in the last week of May, on the 26th to 27th of May, the last week of May in Hong Kong. And so it's a 2-day led conference with a lot of you know, like plenary sessions and concurrent breakout sessions on different topics. And also the event highlights, yeah, as I mentioned, like plenary thematic sessions. And one of the core elements of TDC's organized conferences is the deal making. So every conference is not just the intelligence sharing, but also we spent a lot of resources, and physically at the event venue, there is a huge area where we actually, you know, help all our participants. We have over 2,500 participants from around the world to do business matching. So it's all free of charge for our participants. We help you know, investors to look for projects, to look for startups in this sector for them to invest on, and also help startups or projects owners to look for their investors. And also we also do a lot of business matching for companies looking for partners for commercializing their products, etc. So all these are free of charge because business matching, we focus a lot on the business result of our events. And also there are some like, you know, pitching session. There is an area with around 100 plus startups, you know, showcasing their technology, their products at our event as well. And also we organize site visits to relevant institutions in Hong Kong especially for our overseas delegates. So every year we have a different theme. Topics would be like really based on the trends, what are the most important areas of interest, especially in Asia. For example, like aging population, you know, healthy aging, etc. So also on oncology, on some more like expertise topics, also across the 2 days conference. It's a very worth attending event, I have to say, because we actually invite a lot of you know, top-notch speakers from around the world through our branch offices. And these are just some photos showing some like infographics and the figures of our previous edition last year. So as you can see, we have like 80 plus leaders to speak at our 2 days conference. We have over 2,800 participants from 40 countries and regions. And just at the 2-day conference, just you know, on site, we actually organized over 360 business matching meetings, not to mention the rest of it through our AI online platform, because before and after the event, our participants continue to do their business matching through our platform as well. And also, as I mentioned, there are like an area featuring the startups, and then we actually offer a pitching session for all the startup to pitch to a floor of investors on site. So it's a very like interesting event because you don't get to just like, you know, get to know the latest intelligence from our speakers, but also the networking opportunities is actually the most valuable thing, I would say, at our Asia Summit on Global Health. So these are some highlights of the speakers who spoke at our ASGH in the past few editions, from not just Hong Kong, obviously, but from America, from Europe, all around the world. And this is the profile. So we around like half of them are from Hong Kong, I mean, in terms of the participants, but also through our branch offices, we actually bring a lot of delegations from our territories to attend this event. So there will be like delegations from the Middle East, from like Australia, from Japan, from like all these different regions in the world gathering at this event. So these are just some highlights of the exhibitors at our summit. And the InnoHealth Showcase is the name that we made up to really focus on all the startups. So the startups that we are now also still like recruiting is, actually the startups is as you can see in this box is those ranging from the seed to Series B in terms of their funding rounds, and that they are with less than 8 years establishment and targeting to raise maximum US $10 million in their funding round. So why we set this criteria is because we want all these 100 plus startups to be within this range, so that our investors who have been like, joining our summit all these years, they know that, at this InnoHealth Showcase, these are the range of startups that they can look for. And we understand that these startups would be, benefit the most from our platform, from our summit, because, for those who are already in Series B, Series C, they are probably like too well established. They are very, very well, can take care of themselves, and they don't really need this summit to help them to look for like investors. While for those who are too premature, maybe they can't really benefit too much from the profile of our participants. So that's why from our like experience, we actually set this criteria to recruit our startups. So if you are any startups that fall into these categories, do come to me, because we actually I can offer a free startup booth for you to have this physical exposure at our summit. And also it's not just the booth itself, but also a pitching session, as I mentioned earlier. So the 4 major categories are like pharmaceutical, AI, digital health, community health, medical device, and diagnostics. So this is a very interesting element of our summit. And again, the deal making is what I just mentioned about, the one-to-one business matching. As you can see in this picture, we actually have like 60 plus tables at the event venue. And we helped our participants to pre-match their target, either suppliers, investors, or partners, etc. Also, we also actively recruit VCs, PEs, investors who are eyeing on investing on medical device or medtech, life sciences, biotech startups. So we would invite them as our investment mentor. This is just a term, it's free of charge for them. But in return, we actually, feature their logos. We actually also allow them to nominate one of their fellow startups to take up the free booth under the InnoHealth Showcase, which I've just mentioned. So every year we have investment managers from around the world. They are all VCs, PE firms, etc., to participate at our summit. So that's what I just mentioned. We acknowledge them as our investment mentor. We give them local exposure. We allow them to nominate one of their startups to take up a free booth. So these are just like some participants from last year, the investment mentors. You probably would recognize many of the logos here as well. This year, I've already confirmed a VC called PC Medical, P4 Medical, because underneath them, they have a startup called Every Baby. It's a medical device for pregnant women. So it's a UK registered startup, and they will be like taking up a free booth at our Asia Summit on Global Health. And I also heard from them that they will Science Park has also offered at the incubation program for them, because this startup called Every Baby, they were at our entrepreneur day just last December, and yeah, through our entrepreneur day they managed to, like, get to know the science park, and then they hook up. So it's a lot of, like, really interesting success stories, how our events help to bring, like, overseas startups to Hong Kong, and to find out more how Hong Kong can really help the business to expand. So again, the deal making with the 35 plus investment mentors from around the world. Actually, many of these investment mentors, like last year when I was there, like Tiger Jade Capital, this one at the very bottom left. I remember last year we actually arranged, I think, over 100 business matching meetings for them, because they've been joining us, like, from our inaugural year, and they always come to our events, really just, like, rely on our events very much to really look for the good potential startups to invest on. It's a mainland VC, very much focusing on healthcare technology. Yeah, it's a very, very huge PE firm. So our Asia Summit on Global Health is actually part of the International Healthcare Week. So by flying all the way to Hong Kong, you don't just attend this 2 days conference, but also some other, like, concurrent events organized by other organizers in Hong Kong. For example, the HA Convention, the Hospital Authority Convention, where all the the members under our Hong Kong authority, like NHS, the equivalent of NHS, would be attending, and they are all, like, happening at the same venue at our Hong Kong Convention and Exhibition Center. So you'll be seeing a lot of, like, your, like, the key stakeholders really during our event. So I don't want to spend time on this quick video, but you can easily, like, check out this highlight video at our website.
Joy, I think we're timing it up. But
yes, sure. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much what I would like to share with you guys. And do come to me if you are interested to go to Hong Kong to attend this summit. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Joy, for a very nice presentation. Amazing to see what conferences and services you're offering. And also, I would like to raise a special shout out to the startup founders in the health tech. An amazing opportunity, end of May. If you're looking for investors, build a network, and please look at this event in last week of May and reach out to Joy. I think this is a fantastic opportunity. If I were a startup founder myself, I would reach out, certainly. Thank you again, Joy, for a nice presentation. And now we move to next in the agenda. Will be presentation from Priscilla from the Hong Kong Science and Technology Park. Please.
Yeah, thank you. So let me share my screen. So I think I echo to Joey what she just mentioned. Actually, just the day right after the Asia Summit Global Health, there will be an exclusive tour. So that will be organized with Hong Kong STP, Invest Hong Kong, and Hong Kong TDC to have an exclusive tour to visit the Hong Kong Science Parks. So I just want to share the landscape for the Hong Kong Science Parks here. So I think Golden Egg is one of our signature for the place. So for Hong Kong Science Park, actually, this is not just only one place. We have different places. So there will be, you can see the Golden Egg. This is the core place focused for the R&D. So all the life and health startups company will landed in the Hong Kong Science Park. So apart from the Hong Kong Science Park, we have just revamped the Inno Center. That Inno Center is much more focused for the green technology. And also, we will also support some new reindustrializations. So that will be covered by the Yuen Long Park, Taibo Inno Park, and Zhang Inno Park. They will focus on different areas. For example, for the Zhang one is much more focused on the data. And also echo to our park company request. And echo to what Andy mentioned, Hong Kong is a gateway for the overseas company to go through Hong Kong into China. So just starting from 2 years before, Hong Kong Science and Technology Park just have another place in Shenzhen. So this Hong Kong Shenzhen branch is the registration in Shenzhen in mainland China. So maybe some startup company, they can just rent a very little place or co-working space. At least they have some kind of the address in China that will be help them to go some kind of the penetration or market expansion in China. So this is a quick glance for the Hong Kong Science Park. So you can see that there will be, as of today, we are much more about more than 220 company in Science Park. So coming from everywhere, coming from 26 market, back to Science Park occupancy rate, that will be quite nice. It's up to 95%, but there will be a new building will be launched in the mid of this year. That will be much more helpful for all the life and health company, because for this new building, the whole building is wet labbed. So as of today, you can see there will be more than 24,000 talents in under Hong Kong SDP, including our park company. And you can see more than 50 of them is focused on the R&D, because one of the prerequisite criteria for the company needed to land in the Hong Kong Science Park, at least 50% of their staff should be under focus for the R&D. So out of this 2020, most of them is a startups or under the incubation stage. But of course, we also have some kind of homegrown or overseas unicorn. So this is some highlights here. So apart from the space that we can offer, we also have some kind of the funding that will be invest for some very high potential company. We are not the lead investor, we are co-invest. As of today, we already make more than, in Hong Kong dollar is 110 billions, more than 400 billion. The return is quite high. You can see once Hong Kong SDP invest $1, that will be attract around $17. So just a quick glance, much more focus back to for the life and health sector. So you can see there will be, as of today, there will be more than 310 just only focus for the life and health domain. We can categorize for different categories, including therapeutics. Some big names you can see, Shanghai Pharma, HMAC, they have their R&D office in here. And also medical device, Medtronic, Cornerstone, and diagnostic, including some in silico medicines, AI drug development company, and MGI. And also we have some ecosystem builder, for example, WUSI or Meta Systems. So, and also we work very, very close with different institutes, including the Hong Kong Exchange. We are the expert advisor for their Chapter 18A. There will be help all the startups, even though they are, even for the pre-revenue stage, they can go for the IOP. We have worked very close with the Hong Kong Hospital Authority. Apart from the university settings, Hong Kong STP is the only organization can access their patient data up to 200,000. This data can facilitate all the life and health companies, startups to do some kind of the basic research. Work very closely with HK and Hong Kong U Medical Faculty for the clinical research. And also we work very close with some big pharma. They serve as kind of the incubator. So we can provide some physical support, including, for example, high performance computing. We have the NVIDIA 800 chips here. And also we have different kind of the physical labs, including the biomedical labs, chemical labs, sensor labs, and engineering labs. So apart from all the physical hardware support, we will have different teams to support all the startups to go through the whole commercialization process. I just really want to highlight one or two. For example, account manager is the main point of contact for the park company. If they raise any concern, account manager will escort to the right departments to very, very helpful domain, or our colleague will be from Tab 1. As you may recall, Andy from Invest Hong Kong just shared that there is huge of the funding for the park company can apply. So Tab 1 is one of the departments that can assess all the park company how to apply, how to find the right subsidies for the park company. Of course, if some park company really want to go for the expansions or do some kind of the business, we have partnership team and some overseas expansion activity to support all the park company to do that. So this is the service and also the hardware we can support. At the same time, we have different kind of the program with funding to support all the park company. Maybe I just highlight here a little bit due to the limited of the times. So you can see from the start early stage up to the late stage. We have called soft landing programs or ideation programs, incubator program. I will just debrief a little bit more in coming slides for the incubator and soft landing. So when the park company grows up, we will have some kind of the acceleration programs, elite program, or some tailor-made program for some therapeutic or medical device company, or some program for the some co-creation between the park companies. So I think this is different kind of the fundings program. Our main goal is that how to support our park company to grow. So let me spend maybe 1 or 2 minutes to go more in depth about the incubator programs. Actually, this is a 4 years programs with the cap at the funding will be Hong Kong dollar 4 million. The payment will be by milestones. Once for example, for the drugs or for the medical device, needed to do some kind of the regulatory, there will be additional $2 million to be supported. So apart from the funding support, we will also to connect to the how the park company to do the find the talents, have some kind of the connections with provide some kind of the professional coaching or service. So and also we will partner with some big pharma. They have focus for different they serve as kind of the incubator to serve some incubator that for different kind of the areas. It all depends on the incubator the status and also their R&D backgrounds. So that will be my last several slides. There will be just newly launched programs that may be much more convenient or useful for the overseas company. They has no any business registration in Hong Kong yet, but they really want to look for expansion or penetration in the Asian market. So this is what we just launched program back to last year, August times, we call Global Connect. So Global Connect is a digital platform that will be led to Global Tech Venture or our partner to get a taste for the Hong Kong STP ecosystems. So as of today, we will be more than 1,300 members. They are from all over the world. They can, including the startups, investor, corporates, academia, and government organizations. So if you're really interested, this is a very small steps. You just scan the QR code here, provide very limited information. For example, your names, your company, and your email address. So you can be receive our e-newsletter to get the most updated information that Hong Kong STP can provide it. So this is, I just mentioned the latest news. We will share the latest update, what's the landscape for the Hong Kong, what kind of the activities that we can offer, what kind of the pitching competition that will be coming soon, something like that, all go through this latest newsletters. So just scan the QR code to enroll. And also, we will have a very friendly program we call the soft landing program that will support all the startups, the overseas startups. They really want to do some kind of expansion in Asian market. So maybe I just share a little bit one slide for the soft landing programs. So this is 12 months programs to explore Hong Kong. And also that will be the park company once being admitted and complete the 3 milestone, they will be entitled for the 10,000 Hong Kong dollar grant. So the milestone is quite simple. That will be kind of the pay the path for the park company if they really want to land in Hong Kong. So for the milestone 1, for example, they will just to do some kind of the registration, set up the bank account in order they can entitle the reimbursement. For the second milestone, that will be much more focused for the prototyping and kind of the real market value validation stage to get the taste whether Hong Kong is a good market for them to penetrate or to expand. So they needed to do some kind of the 5-minute pitch and also do some kind of the market research to get a taste of whether this market is fit for them. So for the third milestone, that will be much more to pay the path to enroll for the incubio, or even though for the incubation, or even though for the talency. So I think that will be some kind of the bridging program for all the overseas company that they really want to pay the path to penetrate in Hong Kong. So I have to reinforce that for the first and second milestone, there will be no need for any physical operations in Hong Kong. If they, the company really want to go to the Hong Kong, we can offer some kind of the co-working space. So that will be much more flexible for some overseas company get a taste to see or test their R&D or their ideas. This is can be doable or workable in Hong Kong. So I think this is all that I really want to share to you. If you want to get more understanding, feel free to reach me out through the emails. So, and also once again, if you want to get the latest news update, just scan the QR code to enroll to become the Global Connect contacts. So that's all my sharing. Thanks. I will pass the time back to Eric.
Thank you so much for fantastic presentation. Amazing to see such support programs from basic R&D to commercialization. Amazing. Thank you so much. We are behind the schedule, so let's hurry up to the next speaker. We have a pleasure to invite Mr. Charles Chiu from AstraZeneca. So please, Charles.
Hi, thank you very much, all, and having the opportunity, referred by Invest Hong Kong, and very nice to meet every one of you here. So after a lot of amazing program you saw from the government, like TDC, Invest Hong Kong, and also one of the, Asia world leading park. So we are actually one of the enterprise that include in this system, and therefore choose Hong Kong to be one of our R&D center and also one of our regional office. That's why. So I give a very brief sharing on the development of Hong Kong. Some of the slide may be repetitive, so I will skip as well. So first of all, we will see that upcoming, besides Science Park, we also got one of these Hong Kong Shenzhen Innovation and Technology Park in Hong Kong, which would comprise to the national policy, which is target to make Hong Kong as the major international and regional biotech hub. And therefore, if any, companies from your side would choose Hong Kong, we would definitely recommend the Northern Metropolis to be one of your favorite destination. Including Science Park and the Hong Kong Shenzhen Innovation Park there. These two InnoPark would be the strategic location for companies to set up their regional office, startup, or any other partnership with the Hong Kong and Greater Bay Area companies. And the beauty of Hong Kong is that not only ecosystem, we got a lot of great international renowned universities. Also, we have a lot of great public organization which is supported by the government to provide facilities, research talents, and also the all these credential and system that would help your business to grow in Hong Kong. And I would speak not on behalf of government, but share some of these amazing scheme that enterprises, startup, and also like CEO and CEO should consider, is that Hong Kong actually have a very amazing fund, which we will support the companies on their salary for their staff, research base. So up to 4 research talent at one time, which government could have a scheme that support the salary for over 3 years. And the maximum allowance in Hong Kong dollar would be converted to around 20,000 for research talents with a bachelor degree. And for PhD, it would go up to 45,000, which include 10,000 monthly living allowance and also basic salary. And another amazing thing is if your company is large enough and also would consider set up a let's say a production line or manufacturing site in Hong Kong, we got an amazing program called NIAS, New Industrialization Acceleration Scheme, which government would do a matching fund. Not only with that, we could support 4 full-time staff and another 36 staff with 50% of the salary, and a matching fund which could go up to 1 to 2 ratio, so that government could give you 1/3 of your funding to set up the manufacturing line. And the case study about AstraZeneca choosing Hong Kong as one of the major developments that we got actually not only 5. Last week we have another R&D center confirmed to set up in Beijing. So we have 6 global R&D center, but Hong Kong as a division of Shanghai and Shenzhen base. So we will target to set up 5-year plan, which recruit 100 R&D talents and professionals to base in Hong Kong to do clinical trials. And we chose Hong Kong to be our hub for R&D and also other business, because we acknowledge Hong Kong the importance in connecting mainland China, Greater Bay Area. This is the beauty of Hong Kong. We are serving both markets. So next time, if the Chamber and Invest Hong Kong hosting any of the company dedication to Hong Kong, definitely come to our office in central area and also the office in the Northern Metropolis, so we could do a site visit. Also, we have a partnership with Science Park as well, so definitely could spend half day dialogue to discuss, and we will share our knowledge and also the expertise. And also we see as a company which is science lead and also patient focused, we see the progress and the development and commitment of Hong Kong government. And that's why you could search on a lot of regional newspaper and also interviews. Our international and global leaders strongly support Hong Kong and will definitely bring up more global clinical trial and also talents to visit Hong Kong. Almost like as a corporate affairs lead in Hong Kong, almost every month we have leaders from China, mainland China, regional and also manufacturing supply chain leader to Hong Kong to capture these opportunities. And despite it's in Chinese, but actually this is very strong message which from the national newspaper confirming our landing in Hong Kong and also the partnership between Oasis and also the bureau with AstraZeneca. And this is our landing and also the MOU of the strategic partnership between Hong Kong government and our regional office. We are choosing Hong Kong as the hub because we see how the government attracting business, attracting talents, and truly we are committed to support government to develop Hong Kong as the international innovation and technology hub. So speaking on behalf not only for government, Invest Hong Kong or Chamber or AstraZeneca, we speak on behalf of Hong Kong is that we need talents and we have the world-class system here in Hong Kong. And the beauty of Hong Kong, no need to mention, Science Park is very established, and HKTDC is another coming, InnoPark. So a lot of subsidies, a lot of talent development program, which will be ready for you all. So this is my contact. So contact any one of us, the speaker list. We would all support you to have an amazing start in Hong Kong. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Charles. Great to hear the reasons why AstraZeneca chose Hong Kong as a global hub. And thank you for the invitation as well to visit your facility. I'm sure we'll utilize that invitation. We already be scheduled, but we have a last speaker. We are very pleased to invite Mr. Jamie Lau from another successful Swedish company, Elekta. So please.
Thank you, Eric, and good morning and good afternoon, everyone. This is Jimmy Lam. I'm the General Manager for Hong Kong and Taiwan for Elekta. So today I'm going to spend the next few minutes to demonstrate or to illustrate how Hong Kong as a hub can be benefit from collaborating with China and vice versa. Before that, I would like to give a brief information about Elekta and Elekta in Hong Kong. So Elekta is a global leader in the precise radiation medicine, which is kind of using the radiation for the cancer treatment. And then in Hong Kong, Elekta Limited is a legal entity directly under the headquarters Elekta AB Stockholm. And then operationally, Elekta Hong Kong is reporting to Elekta China. And in the business of the medical linear accelerator, which is using the radiation ionization device for the treatment of the cancers, we are #1 in China, and we are also #1 in Taiwan, but we are #2 in Hong Kong. And for the Hong Kong in Elekta's, previously, this is the headquarters for the entire Asia Pacific, covering China, Japan, Korea, Australia, and the Southeast Asia. But as time goes by, of course, as the business grows, the company decided to establish company and even manufacturing facility like in China. And then we also have the direct entity in Japan, Korea, Australia, and Southeast Asia one by one. And today, in Hong Kong, Elekta operates still as the headquarters for the Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. At the same time, Elekta in Hong Kong, we are also a supporting hub for the Southeast Asia and Korea. So definitely, I will say Hong Kong is with the strategic location, which is foster seamless collaboration with China, and again can extend its reach to the global markets. And I will show you why in the next few slides. So again, back to the Elekta Hong Kong. Currently, we are a comprehensive operation hub for the Hong Kong and Taiwan. We are managing sales and marketing, customer support, logistics, basically everything. And we have our independent P&L here, and at the same time supporting for the Southeast Asia. And then, so you can see here is Hong Kong as a bridge for the East and West. Everyone saying that, say so. And then I would also want to demonstrate that definitely this is the flow of the knowledge and the technology transfer. So first from Hong Kong, if we have the latest and the greatest equipment or the technology, that can be a showcase for China. And then after implementing that technology in China, they can propose some of the modification and then even implement some of the AI or change on the workflow back to Hong Kong and then to the rest of the world. So I will say, so there are two steps. So first, the technology and the knowledge can come from Hong Kong, showcase to China with some modification and suggestion back to Hong Kong. And second step is to the rest of the world. And actually, I believe you will agree, back in 20 years ago, the flow is on the other side. So from rest of the world, they have the latest technology, and then they using Hong Kong as a standing point to establish something or to showcase to the China market, and then not into the China. But nowadays the situation changed. And on the other side, Hong Kong as a bridge between East and West is talking about the regulatory alignment. Hong Kong is flexible. Hong Kong accepts FDA, CE, and NMPA. And with the recent development between Hong Kong and the Greater Bay Area, the Pharmaceutical and the Device Act, which really can facilitate the flow of the technology from Hong Kong to China. Talking about training and expertise sharing, definitely Hong Kong can be serving as a hub for the training on the latest technology. And then for collaborative research, I just want to demonstrate or show you one example, which that is a forum being held not in less than 2 weeks ago, which is the forum held by Hong Kong Polytechnic University and the Tsinghua University, talking about how AI can benefit in the treatment of the cancers through radiation. Luckily, we've been sponsored this event and able to join. So overall speaking, Hong Kong really can help to standardize the workflow as the patient-centric solution, and then this can be a global benchmarking, to illustrate or to demonstrate to the other country how Hong Kong can be, a facilitator for the collaboration between the Eastern and the Western system. And here I would like to quote you 2 examples, which is how Hong Kong helping China in the latest and greatest advanced technologies. Andy has mentioned for the Hong Kong Sanatorium, they are accredited by the NMPA for the oncology specialties. And the oncology specialties is exactly where elected system is located in the Hong Kong Sanatorium, and they have this system. This is a magnetic resonance image guided radiation therapy system. Basically, we are putting two different systems who see each other as an enemy into a united platform. And this is a multi-million US dollar system. And we have only 2 in Hong Kong, but we have 12 in China. Having said that, the Hong Kong system features the latest function that hasn't been able to be installed in China yet due to the complicated and lengthy registration requirement in China, so that we have that features. So what we are doing is we are having the experienced doctors from the Hong Kong Sanatorium to deliver a presentation and demonstrate this latest advancement and how it can benefit to the patient. And we also plan to have a training section for the China, for the China, the counterpart on these special features. And therefore, for China, they will be able to gain the first-hand experience on this cutting-edge technology. And then they can strategically plan for the future, whether they want every system to be with these features or some of them. And on the other hand, how China can help Hong Kong. One thing I can tell you is China is streamlining workflow to boost the treatment efficiency and optimize process. The reason is simple. You think about the population of mainland China. In one public hospital, they can easily treat a year's patient compared with a small centers in Hong Kong. That is the fact. So they have so many patients, and they will be able to accumulate that experience and then integrate various steps of the patient care, from diagnostics to treatment to delivery to follow up in a streamlining way and in a hassle-free way. And then for China is with such large geographical area. So what the challenging they're facing is they need to ensure the healthcare provider can deliver timely, precise, effective treatment, not only on the first-line city, but the second-line city, third-line cities, and even the county. And then, and at the moment, they are also working on the scalability and the sustainability of the healthcare service to ensure you will not only get the best service on the first, second, third line, but you will be able to also enjoy the same level of the service in those cities. Not always need to come to the big city like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, etc. And this is the example we are working with China. Based on their experience, they develop a really streamlining workflow, and then that can be passing into Hong Kong and showcase to Hong Kong how the efficiency can be improved so as to reduce costs for the Hong Kong government. And then as a summary, Hong Kong as a strategic hub, it has its unique position and it also has its future opportunity. So talking about the unique position, regulatory alignment, definitely, Hong Kong has well-respected regulatory framework, but flexible. We align both with the international and also the China standards. And Hong Kong is an ideal testing ground for the new technology before scaling up in China. And talking about international business environment, Hong Kong is the global financial and the business hub with the free market economy, low taxation, transparent legal system. All by all is one of the easiest place to do business. And talking about the world-class infrastructure, location, transportation, logistic network, etc. And about the future opportunity, again, this is the bridge between East and the West. Hong Kong, with the historical and cultural ties to both mainland China and Western world, combine the best practice and the innovation from both the region. Free trade and open economy. We have here we have the free trade policy, no trade barrier, open economy, etc. And the connectivity and the network, Hong Kong, as already sold by so many people before, there's also presentation covered by the guests here. There are numerous international conference, trade show, and forum. And this is an ideal place to showcase the innovation and the network with the global stakeholders. As a summary, I am asking the AI, the DeepSeek, and the ChatGPT, I want to see whether my understanding align with their understanding. So I check with ChatGPT and DeepSeek. What advantage Hong Kong can be as a healthcare hub? And the answer is very similar. Strategic location, world-class infrastructure, regulatory advantage, talent pool, tax incentive, connectivity, free trade, bilingual, quality of life, and close proximity to mainland China. All give very similar answer, which is totally aligned. Then the next question, how about the disadvantage of Hong Kong as a healthcare hub? I believe the answer is also very valid. High operating costs, no doubt. Limited land and space, yes. Small domestic market, shortage in some specific areas, very much depending on the import vulnerability to the economy and political uncertainty, definitely no doubt. Aging infrastructure in some area, limited manufacturing capability, and also the healthcare workforce overload, all are very valid. Then this is the answer from the ChatGPT. How about the answer from the DeepSeek? The answer from the DeepSeek is, sorry, this is beyond my current scope. Let's talk about something else. I believe this can be another disadvantage of Hong Kong. All right, so that concludes my presentation for today. So thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jimmy, and amazing.